Hi, I'm Vanessa with Ellie and Mac, and today we're going to take my thrifted jumper dress and we're going to give it a boho makeover. One of my biggest pet peeves when I'm watching a YouTube video and they're remaking something, they just take that item and they lay it down on the fabric and they cut around it. And that does not help me know how to make it. So today we're going to be measuring ourselves, making a pattern, and then recreating the top of this jumper dress. And then we're going to be adding the Mariza skirt to give it a boho makeover. I am so excited for this. I got my linen cotton blend fabric from Boho Fabrics, all nice and washed, and we're ready to go. So at this point, 95% of my closet is either me-made or thrifted. When I'm making clothes for myself, I'm looking for ultimate comfort. But when I'm thrifting, I'm looking to find structure pieces to add into my wardrobe. So this is one of the structure pieces that I found, and it's from a little boutique. It's not even in compliance. There's like no tags in this dress. So we're going to take this pattern and we're going to be able to make it whatever size you need by 3 measurements. So first, you're going to take to your natural waist. So in this Mariza wrap dress, you can see where my natural waist is. I'm going to measure up until I hit the center of my, like where my bra comes up. I'm going to measure right to that point. Okay. So I'm measuring 5 inches. I'm going to subtract 1 inch for this little waistband right here. Now I'm going to measure across my chest to get this measurement right here. So where that bra connects or comes up to the tallest point, I'm going to measure across, or you can say the middle of your chest. Now, so how we're going to get this measurement is you're going to take your arm and you're going to put it to the side of your chest. And then you're going to measure from right here over to that bra part. You can take one of your underwire bras and just measure those 2 points on the underwire, or you can just measure across after you kind of see where your arm is and then measuring to that point. It's about 5.5 inches. And just so you know, when I put it up to my pattern, it's the exact same size. The next measurement is from our waist, 1 inch above, all the way to our shoulder blade. So we're just gonna measure 1 inch. Well, I'm just gonna subtract 1 inch. So I'm gonna go from my natural waist to my shoulder blade, over my chest, and that measurement is 17 inches, but I'm gonna subtract that 1 inch. And those are our 3 measurements that we need to make our pattern.
So let's get started with those 3 measurements and this pattern. So first I have a straight line for the bottom of my pattern, and then I'm going to mark the fold on my actual paper so I can remember to have my fabric folded. Now the first measurement we're going to do is the 4 inches, and this is from the waist to the top of our bra in the center and minus 1 inch. From there I'm going to do the width of my chest on one side at 5.5 inches. Now I'm going to be marking down the center of this pattern. So the center between 5.5 is going to be 2 3/4. Now I'm going to be marking this a few times all the way up, and then I'm going to draw a straight line measuring from the side. To have the right taper, I added 2 inches to the top, and then I'm drawing a line that's 1 1/2 inches. So when I do this seam allowance, the top of my strap will end up being 1/2 inch. You can see on the pattern here. Now with all these markings, it's going to help me decide the angle of my pattern. So I'm using my quilting square at the top marking line as well as to the outside of my bust, and I'm going all the way down. Now for the inside, I'm going to take the top marking line all the way to the center of my bust. So it has the angle, but it's still going to have that fold to create the V. And that is our pattern right here. So after cutting it out, then I'm going to take it over to my fabric with my fabric on fold, and I'm going to cut it with my rotary cutter. Make sure that you use pattern weights because this paper was still pretty rolly if you're using this type of paper. And there is our bodice. Now it's time for the front waistband. So you're going to take your waist measurement and cut it in half. Now add between 1 to 3 inches for your comfort level, and then make sure you add 1 inch for seam allowance. So this gives us a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And the width is 2 inches to give a 1 inch waistband. So I cut 2 in my linen fabric, as well as I cut some interfacing for one side as well. Now for the back waistband, we're just going to add 6 inches to the front measurement. I'm going to show you why right here. I wanted to add a cute little button detail. So this is the back of my waistband right here, and then I'm going to be putting the front down and then adding a little button detail just like this. So this is what it's going to look like when we get done. Now I used the Mariza Garden Party skirt, and I did size up on this.
Now at this point, we got to finish up making these straps. So we want them to connect and then come down, and we also have these 2 little loops right here. So let's go cut those.
We're going to be cutting 2 back straps at 2.5 inches wide by 18 inches on the fold. We're going to be adding these after we've sewed the inseam of our bodice. The belt loops are 1 1/4 inches by 8 inches long, and they're going to be cut into 2. So cut both of these at this point. Up next, we're going to be starting to sew the bodice. I always like to mark down the center of my bodice on V-necks and then mark in my seam allowance. Where those 2 lines connect is where my needle is going to pivot, and I can show you right here. And this makes sure that your seam allowance is correct and your V is going to stay in the perfect alignment with that 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then I'm going to finish sewing the inside seam of my bodice. Once my inside seam is done, you can see I'm going to open up that seam, and then I'm going to lay the straps down on top and clip together with right sides together. And then I'm just going to sew these on. Once I've sewn these on, I'm going to iron down that seam, and I'm going to put right sides together and sew on the outside of my entire bodice. I even sew the ends of my straps. So after this is done, I'm going to clip this edges of my strap as well as down the center of the V. And then I'm going to start turning everything inside out. So I use the Dritz turn out thing to help. You know, sometimes this is just a hard thing to do. So I'm going to speed through it, and I will show you how it looks all nice and turned out. So now from this point, we are going to be moving so fast. We are going to be adding on the front waistband. I have ironed my bodice in half as well as both strips of my waistband so I can find the center of both of these. And I'm just clipping them right sides together on both sides of my bodice to make the waistband. Now you see there's sides peeking out, and that's just part of the design. And this is what the front bodice is going to look like. Now we're going to be creating the loops, and I'm just sewing down the loops at the 1/2 inch seam allowance just like I normally would. You can do the binding method if you prefer, if you want to make your own style of loops. So from here I turn it out a 1/4 inch top stitch seam allowance, and it gave some really cute thick loops that I was looking for. So then I'm going to take these loops and I'm going to be clipping them on to my back waistband with the interfacing. And so I have it ironed in half, and then I'm measuring 2 inches down, so I know the placement of those will be at the center but a little close together. Now once I have these basted on, I'm going to take the other side of my waistband with right sides together and sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So this is day 2, and I decided that I wanted to add a zipper. So I took 2.5 inches off both sides of my back waistband, and then I'm going to finish these off to make those cute little button details and then add them into the inseam of my dress. So here I'm finishing up, so I'm doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the edge, and then clip the second corner before I turn it inside out and do a top stitch on it. And I just want these to be coming out of the side seams instead of looping over. So once I have it completely turned out, you can see how it looks with the button, and you can also see how cute those loops turned out on our back waistband. So from here, we're going to be sewing the front and the back waistband together. So I'm putting the loop in, and we're only going to be doing this on the left side. So I'm putting the loop on with right sides together, sandwiched in the front and the back of my bodice and back bodice, with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. This is just so I can do the zipper on the right side, but my left side will be sewn nicely together. And then I basted the front loop on the right side in. Now from here, we're going to move on to the skirt. So I'm serging down both sides of the skirt, and then I'm going to take my quilting square, and I like a long zipper, so I'm measuring down 7 inches, and I'm marking it so I know that that's where I want to start sewing on the right side of my dress. And I'm going to be sewing down both sides of the dress right here. Now here's where my zipper is going to be placed. And I've also done a gathering stitch and started to gather my waist. And I'm going to be adding the bodice. So I'm going to be flipping my bodice inside out, and then I'm going to have the gathers on the front side because I added a little extra length onto a little extra width onto my back. I actually don't have gathers on the back, just the front, and they're really small gathers, so it's not this really full gather. Now I'm going to have the opening on the right side of both my bodice and my skirt, and now I'm going to be sewing a 1/2 inch all the way across. And here's a little sneak peek of how this is looking, and I'm getting so excited. So now it's time to do the zipper. I like to baste my side seams closed with a 5mm, and as you can see a little bit through it, it's going to be very easy to unpick. Now from here, I like to use a long zipper so I can make sure the zipper is out of the way, and I clip it on, and then I actually hand sew it down so I can make sure, because this is an invisible zipper, that it's right on this seam. I'm sewing on my zipper. I don't want to sew down that button tab. I want to make sure that it's out of the way on both goes on my zipper. Now I'm doing my zipper upside down. It's because I didn't think that my presser foot would be able to fill the zipper underneath all that fabric, because you know how invisible zippers are a little thin. And I'm just going to be going on both sides of my zipper and down the bottom. Now I'm being as close as I can, and my needle is going through the center. Now this is just how I do zippers. I know there are so many different ways to do zippers, but this is one I really like to do when I want it to turn out perfectly. Now I'm going to be unpicking that basting stitch, and I'll show you how my zipper looks. Now we're going to be finishing up that inside of the waistband, and then we're done besides hemming, and it is so fast at this point. So we're going to be serging that waistband on the inside all the way around, and then we're going to take it to the ironing board. And at the ironing board, you're trying to iron up all of the inside waistband, also it's nice and even, and then I like to just fold down the serge and iron it down. Now, this is how I like to do this. Some people like to pin it and then sew over their needles. I like to fold that serge in with the inside thread line and then sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around my waistband. Now, this is just a way that helps me make sure that it's going to be even on the front and the back, but you choose your method, but this is how it turned out. And then I did a roll tim all the way along the bottom. Just like that, I am all finished. What do you think of my thrifted redesign? I have to say that this was quite the undertaking. From making up the pattern and coming up with an order of operations, I absolutely love how this turned out with all of its cute little details. It's a lot different from the original thrifted dress I bought, but honestly, I don't need 2 of the same dresses in my closet. This one feels like I can go run through a lavender field or cozy up and read a really good book. What do you think? Thank you so much for watching. A like and subscribe would be amazing. Have a wonderful day.